The recent government actions aimed at supporting renters may seem like small changes on the surface, but they could have implications for real estate investors all the way across the board. So as a long-term real estate investor, I have been following these developments closely, and I believe they will have far-reaching consequences for a lot of us. So first, let's consider the current state of the rental market in the United States. Rent has gone up significantly over the past few years, and it's outpaced inflation by a substantial amount. According to Moody'Analytics, the average American household now spends more than 30% of their income on rent, making the U.S. a rent-burdened nation. Now, this has created a burden on many renters, preventing them from saving money and investing it in other areas of their lives. So, the Biden administration has taken two significant steps to address this issue. Now, first, they have directed the Federal Trade Commission and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to identify unfair practices that prevent fair access to housing. Now, secondly, the Federal Housing Finance Administration is proposing to consider limits on rent increases for properties backed by federally insured loans, such as Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. Now, this would impact about 28% of rentals in the United States and could have significant impacts on the rental market. Now, the third action taken by the Biden administration is through the Housing and Urban Development Agency, which is proposing new eviction rules and protections. Now, while the administration has directed these government agencies to study the issue further, they have not yet proposed any specific rules that they are going to want to engage. So therefore, it is difficult to form an opinion or understand the implications exactly at this point. So in addition to these government actions, Democrats in Congress have sent a letter to the White House urging the executive branch or the president to avoid what they call corporate price gouging. Now, while it's very unclear what this means, many in the real estate industry believe that this could lead to a nationwide rent control, which would have a significant impact on the rental market. Now, the Biden administration has also announced a new Renters' Bill of Rights, which outlines several key ideas to protect renters. Now, these include safe, quality, and affordable clean housing with fair leases, education, enforcement for renters' rights, and the right to organize, eviction prevention, diversion, and relief. So, however, since the proposals are still vague, it's very hard to say whether they will help renters or just hurt landlords. So, as a real estate investor, it is important to keep a close eye on these developments. So while it is too early to say what the specific implications will be, it is clear that these government actions will have an impact on the rental market. So real estate investors should consider how these changes will affect their portfolios and be prepared to adjust their strategies accordingly. It is also essential to recognize the broader implications of these changes. Now, if the government takes steps to make housing more affordable for renters, it could free up more money for other areas of the economy. Now, this could lead to increased consumer spending and investment, boosting economic growth. However, if the government's actions result in rent control or other restrictions on real estate investors, it could have a negative impact on the housing market and the economy as a whole. So in conclusion, the recent government actions aimed at supporting renters may seem small, but they could have a far-reaching consequence for the rental market and the economy as a whole. So real estate investors should keep a close eye on these developments and be prepared to adjust accordingly. All right, while it's unclear what the specific implications are going to be, it is essential to recognize that small changes can lead to significant consequences, and the government's actions could have a profound impact on the housing market and, as I have said, the economy as a whole. Have a great day.